Stellar price update.
Let's get into it.
So today, guys, we'll be taking a look at the technical analysis for XLM. As we get into this video, guys, if you do find it useful and informative, do hit that like button. We both really do appreciate it. And of course, if you happen to be new to the channel and you'd like to stay up to date with those new cryptocurrencies, hidden gems, technical analysis and news, then why not consider subscribing to the channel? By becoming a subscriber, you'll be kept up to date with absolutely everything we do here. It is free, you'll stay well informed, so why not? And Chris, is there anything else that you would like to add before we jump on down to the charts?
Yeah, just let us know how you think XLM is going to do in the bull run. Really interested to know.
Fantastic. So here we have Stellar to the USDT daily chart. Binance is the data source. Here we have a Fibonacci retracement on, and this runs from our low level down here on the 27th of January. That rides all the way up to the high of the 13th of Feb, which was a 17-day run. That 17-day run saw a 164% in gains before having a pretty steep correction. And what I mean by steep is we actually come down here to the 236 area just on the chart. Otherwise, we actually settled down on the 382 area, and this was heavily tested around quite a few times. Now, there was, of course, at this time, an upward trend line that was forming, as well as a downward trend. And we had that breakout event with Stellar just over here. This occurred on the 28th of March. And since then, we reclaimed the 50%. We pushed right up through the 618, the 702, and into the 786. There was a slight pullback, pulling back down to the 618 before really going up and going a little bit higher here. Since then, there was quite a steep correction coming back down, and actually came down, with the exception of one wick, to our previous trend line. So that held up, and we started to move right back up again. So now we are fast approaching the previous high that we had over here on the 13th of February. So right now we're doing really well. I do expect that we'll have a bit of a pullback, and that's probably going to be apparent when we go down to the lower levels on the charts. We can see that the 50 moving average is not too far away from the bottom of our candles, so you can see that was going to be forming a good area of support on the way up, along with our 100 moving average. Now the 200 is all the way down here, so kind of irrelevant to the equation at the moment on this daily chart. With that being said, even though we've had this really good candle appear here, the volumes are incredibly low, significantly lower than they were when we were having all this action over here. So we do need to see some volume really coming in here with Stellar to really help push things on to the next level. And the relative strength index, guys, is at about 59, just below the 60 point. So still huge amounts of room to grow here. We can see this thing can potentially go up to about 84, 85 on the chart. So loads of room to grow. What I'll do is I'll pull this down into our 4-hourly chart. And from here, you can see why I think there's going to be a correction. And that's just because we're approaching the overbought area, and as well as that resistance line of the previous high. So we're starting to see the volumes already decrease here. Even though good volumes came in to push the price up there, ultimately volumes are now decreasing as it finds resistance at the top there and approaches the overbought area. So we're expecting a slight pullback here, probably looking to come back down to, yeah, I'm going to just mark that quickly and grab my horizontal ray here. I would say that we're probably looking to come back into about here, about this line here, which would be about 56.8. That would be a good area to bounce from, and that would show us a bit of a correction, maybe down to that, the 50% on this RSI, so back to 50, and then we should get another bump to the upside. So that would be an interesting thing to see if that holds out. If that doesn't hold, then you're going right down to the this area down here, which is the if I get that right, the 786 area there. So that's the other one that we'll be looking to come down to if we need to. And obviously we do have the 50, the 100 and the 200 moving averages just there below the candles, and they are actually just below that 786 line. So everything there to play for on this 4-hourly chart. If I just pull this into our hourly, and again you can see the more detail as to why we found resistance there, the resistance of the previous high, but also the fact that we were overbought. There's no brainer here that it was going to have to come back down. And so what we're looking to do is come down to that 56.8 cent area, which should be probably around here. I would have thought that area there, probably around there. So that'd be 46 or 47 on the relative strength index. Getting a correction to that point could be key to them bouncing this back up again. And the volumes don't have to drop off massively to allow that to happen. They can decrease a little bit here and come back in, and then that should take us on up again. So on this hourly chart, it's looking pretty interesting. We have those 50, 100, 200 moving averages just down here, a little way below the candles, but above, most crucially here, above the 786. And if they continue to rise up towards our 56.8, I think that will hold out quite nicely. So that area just there, that previous resistance line. If we can turn this into an area of support, like we did with this particular candle here at 3 o'clock today, then we should be in a pretty good position here to hold this and push on up. But we are looking to correct a little bit lower, 56.8, and then shoot on up with some good volume to support going to the next level. I'll just pull this back up into our daily here. And so you can see the daily here. We're looking to come down to that 56.8. You can see that on the chart there. The first price target is only about 44% away, which comes in at 84.1 cent. That's the first price target here for XLM. So a pretty juicy price target when it comes to XLM. I mean, I think the all-time high was about 93 cent, 94 cents, something like that. So really close to the all-time high. And then after that, you're straight past the all-time high, going to $1.20. That's the second price target there for XLM. After that, you're talking about a $1.59 and then a $1.83. And of course, that's not the limits by any stretch of the imagination. That's just what this particular Fibonacci is showing us in terms of those extensions, but doing really well at the moment. XLM has been performing interestingly, shall we say, over the past few months. And if I just zoom on out here, guys, I see where it was to where it is right now, and where obviously it has been in the past. I think ultimately we're in some pretty interesting stuff when it comes to XLM and XRP. I think these two are going to perform incredibly well. And yeah, I think Stellar is going to be surprising people when it goes off on one. I think it will literally just shoot on off out of here like a rocket.
Beautiful.
And guys, if you found this video useful and informative, hit that like button. We both really do appreciate it. And of course, if you happen to be new to the channel and you'd like to stay up to date with all of that technical analysis, new cryptocurrencies, news, and hidden gems, then why not consider subscribing to the channel? By becoming a subscriber, you'll be kept up to date with everything we do here. It is free, you'll stay well informed, so why not? And with that said, done and out of the way, we hope you have a fantastic day, guys, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Yeah, take care.